Jay Sano without intro music. Jay Sano with intro music. Intro music remix. Jay Sano 19, Jay Sano 19. Jay Sano 19, Jay Sano 19. Hello everybody and welcome back. It is Jeff again coming to you from the Minecraft vanilla server. And guess what? Today represents one of those words. Today is the 100th day solid of daily Minecraft episodes for my channel. I started on July 1 at episode number 25 of this series, and this holds the number for episode 125. That being said, I got some things I want to get finished because I don't know how long I'm going to be able to sustain. I've talked about this before, how long I'm going to be able to sustain actually doing daily episodes. But that being said, I got a couple things I want to accomplish, and one of them is this item sorter. I'm real close to being done with it, but I've realized a problem. Now, the way I have it set up now, the track comes across with the overflow, or the cart comes across with the overflow and goes down here, and then it seamlessly connects right here into my brewing system, which is great, except for that means anything that doesn't fit in any of the tracks, like an overflow chest or whatnot, would end up down here. I figure a relatively easy way to actually fix that, though, is I can just start a couple blocks this way and just go over here. Go over here and make the track actually loop over here and have the drop-off system start at this end, and then I can rearrange everything to run this direction, and therefore what that'll end up doing for me is making it so these couple chests at the end here can be my overflow as opposed to the other way around. And I think that is going to be a much better use of the system. So let's go through and start just digging a hole over here and get the track going over there. I'm gonna have to rebuild the drop-off system, which I'm gonna have to like work off of the one that's already existing, because I honestly don't remember exactly how to build it. It just had to do with some, you know, pistons or a piston and some redstone to signal everything. So it shouldn't be that difficult to do. While I'm doing this, I figure I can talk to you guys about, I went too far, about false advertisement. And let me go in from the other side. So I've been looking at, for those who don't know, I'm, a nurse. Prior to being a nurse, I was a computer engineer. I have a master's degree in IT, as well as a master's degree in, as well as a master's degree in nursing informatics. So I've gotten 4 degrees already, and I kind of, consider myself almost like a professional student. I like to have I like to continue furthering my education. Even the fire department, it's not like college degree stuff that I get from there, but the fire department definitely gives me, I'm going to have to, well, I'm not going to have to do that actually, so we can cut through this wall a little bit. Is this going to go all the way to the ceiling? No. I don't know exactly what level that was on, but I can loop the track over here. It really doesn't matter. I think this should loop me over to that. I'm not sure of my y-axis coordinate, though. But either way, I keep looking at different ways to continue on my education, and part of those ways have to do with, like I said, the fire department is a really good one. I think I'm bypassing this thing somewhere. The fire department's a really good one for free. I mean, volunteer time and all that stuff, but, essentially free. I don't have to pay for those classes. And I also have been looking at going back and obtaining a DNP, which is a doctorate in nursing practice. And the only reason I'm even thinking about doing that is because it is, my hospital pays 10 grand a year toward education based on what your role is. So as a clinical nurse, 10 grand a year toward education is, it's big, it's huge. You can actually get, I got my whole master's degree in nursing informatics for free by spending the money Oh, I must be in the same general vicinity here somewhere. This actually... this opens up to my tunnel here. Here we go. Okay, so... essentially, if I loop this thing over here... let's make this like this. And I kind of want it to go... I guess just taking some turns isn't too big of a deal. So if I take it over here, I don't want it anymore to have this down slope. I want it to come out at an even, the exact even level that I will need. What is this? Oh, hi, snowman. What's going on? That's fine. It can stay there. This is the level I wanted at, right? This is not the level I wanted at. This is the level I wanted at. Okay, so that's easy. We can come through here. Just break open this entire wall. So I guess this is the perfectly acceptable level. How did I not want this to be higher? Is this really the layer that I want this on? I guess it probably should be higher. Oh yeah, it's definitely got to be higher. Let's do something like this. Here we go. But either way, so I've been looking at these DNP programs because I want to further my education, utilize this money that I'm getting from or that I have access to from the hospital. And I've been checking a lot of these places out, and one of the big things that is perfect. One of the big things that is an issue when I start looking at these programs is, well, one of the things that would be holding me back from doing it, I should say, is the fact that they require like 1,000 clinical hours and practicum hours to earn your degree. And 1,000 hours is 1,000 hours of basically free labor that you give to somebody. Now, my whole master's degree itself only ended up taking about 150 or 200, I can't remember, which is still a significant amount of time. 1,000 hours, to put in perspective, is 6 months of solid full-time work. And now, for those who don't believe me that that is an accurate number, think of it this way. So a true full-time year for an individual, you base a salary off of stating that there are 2,080 hours, work hours in a year. So 2,080 work hours is, actually, you know what? Can I think what we're going to end up having to do, expanding this wall out, which is fine, because I still got to go through and do the cleanup work on it anyway. So if I expand it out like this, there we go. Then I can run this directly perfect. That is perfect. So I can leave this thing intact while I see how this whole thing is done. And I'm going to have to get some more powered rail and things like that as well. But yeah, because it's going to be just like this. Perfect. But it's, 2,080 hours is 1 year salary, essentially, is what you base everything off of. So 1,000 hours of practicum time is a significant portion of time dedicated to free labor. So it's one of those things that I've always been like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. I've actually been accepted to a couple programs. Thank you. Appreciate your support and everything. Yeah, I've been accepted to a couple programs already that I'm supposed to start pretty soon, but I'm keep holding off on them because I don't have the ability to commit that much of my own time to getting this degree. And this degree, I'm not doing it because I need it to advance in my career. It's what's called a terminal degree. So a terminal degree is basically the end of the line degree. If I get this degree, there is no higher degree that you can get in the nursing field than a DNP. PhD, I mean, they're the same. Not the same thing. They get you the same type of degree. PhDs are more research-based, whereas DNPs are supposed to be, you know, staying in the clinical sector. And nursing informatics is considered the clinical sector. You don't need to be in the business of an advanced practice nurse practitioner or anything like that to be considered having a, here we go, to be considered in the clinical side of things. So I've been looking at all these programs, and it's 1,000 hours, and I'm just like, man, that is a lot of hours. And I happen to be looking at something yesterday that I just was glancing at, and it was something on allnurses.com. It was for something like not related to this. And allnurses.com is a great website for anybody who's going to be a nurse. It's like a big forum area where, you know, current nurses, future nurses, you know, potential nurses, all that, they get together and they talk about what's going on and answer questions for each other to you know, help make life easier and all those fun things. So basically we got a comparator comes out of Hopper. Let me go see if I have some of this stuff sitting around. And I happen to catch an advertisement that comes up on all these sites all the time. It's a place called Bradley University, which I'd never heard of before. But it is apparently a pretty reputable place. It's, you know, brick and mortar college. They're just branching into the online segment for nursing. And the biggest thing it says is obtain your DNP online. No campus visits, which is something big for a lot of these online programs because, you know, people do these online programs and then tell you that they need you to be on campus all these, you know, different days. I got to get some better lighting in here. Are you making a phone call, bud? They weren't answering? Okay. Hold on up here. There's like a dark spot up here that things keep spawning like right in the middle of this room, so I need to get that fixed at some point. But it said, you know, to not have to go to campus, because there's a couple of them out there that every semester you have to go to campus once or twice, even though they are these online programs, and those are more difficult for people to do in the online space because they want to do things from a different area in the country, and they don't want to have to make the trip to, oh, you know what I can do right now? I don't even need to do it with this. I could probably make a new one. So I did a lot of fishing. AFK fishing, and let me show you some of the books that I got when I was doing it, and there are some fancy I kept them all up here. Fortune 3, Aqua Affinity 1, Feather Falling 4, this huge one, Lure 3, like there's so many good books I got from this stuff and some good bows, but I'm going to put this Fortune 3 onto a pick, because I have a Fortune 2 pick, but I think if you put, let me see, if I put this and then this, it will become a Fortune 3 and cost 6, but I lose a Fortune 2, whereas I think if I just make a brand new pick, I will end up with a Fortune 3 and a Fortune 2 pick, and I think that's probably the better way to go about things, and I can actually have fortune working my way when I get this stuff finished out. So let me grab some wood real quick. We're going to make a brand new pick. Put fortune on it. I would love to put some unbreaking on it. I should go look, actually, if I have unbreaking right now. Boom. So now I'll end up with a Fortune 3 and a Fortune 2 pick, which is awesome. Let me go see if there was any unbreakings in there so I can not lose all the goodwill that I have toward this thing. Feather Falling. Unbreaking 3, Depth Strider 2. I like the... I kind of almost want to keep... I'm going to keep that for the Depth Strider properties of it, actually. And, well, I don't know where you came from, but I have a lot of openings right now. A lot of dead space. I was going to go ahead and use the Fortune 3 pick as it is, as a Fortune 3 pick. On these 23. There. And I'll work on getting an unbreaking enchant for this thing in the future. But let's go ahead and get a bunch of these with the Fortune 3. But as I was saying, so you know, the online places which are getting very big, they, you know, make it so that you don't have to go to campus, because that's how you can get people from across the country to be able to join your program, which is the 2 other places that I've been accepted into have the same thing. It's, you don't have to go to campus at all for any of your classes. It's purely online, which is good and bad. Some people look at online colleges as a bad thing. I do not look at them as a bad thing. I look at some of them as a bad thing, and maybe even some of the ones that I've been accepted to are not necessarily the greatest places in the world that you'd want to be, you know, saying you got a degree from. I already got a degree from one of them, though. So, yeah, very interesting situation on that half of the things. But the other thing it said in this advertisement, oh, there's an Unbreaking 1. I can probably get that up to an Unbreaking 3 at some point. I was actually looking for something else, and off the top of my head, I don't remember what it was. But anyways, let me grab smooth stone to make this comparator. There you go. And it said no clinical or practicum hours required. And I was like, that's... Stop it, you big jerk. I was like, that is crazy. If it doesn't require clinical or practicum hours, I might be willing to... Oh, stop it. Where are you coming from? Okay, there's nobody around. I was going to come from the way my back is facing as well. And I lost my... There they are. And I was like, I'm going to check this place out. No clinical or practicum hours required. That's huge. That's like the one thing that I'm really concerned with. And, you know, this whole program is I don't have the ability to spend that much money or that much time for free working on this thing. So I was like, this might be something that I can actually, like, do. So, of course, I put it, there's no information online. You literally, it's a website on the nursing program. It's just a page that says, coming soon, online DNP program. Request information here. There's no just get information. It's all request information here. So I was just like, okay, that's really annoying, because now I'm going to have to request all this ridiculous information from you and wait. And of course, somebody's going to want to call and talk to me and try to convince me to go to their college. It's not going to be of just me getting the answers to questions that I want. There's going to be like a lot more, you know, I have a Death Strider 1 as well. Interesting. A lot more information to that. I'm trying to see if you guys are wondering what I'm doing. I'm trying to see if I can find any golden tracks already created, and I'm not seeing any, so I'm gonna have to make more of those, which means I need more wood. I was not prepared for this video at all. Apologize. So let's remember, oops, this, and this. Okay, I was right. So I can make, hopefully this will be enough that I'll be able to get all the way to that end with this many powered rails. It should be good. I think I'm also going to have to make a hopper. I need the one hopper to start with, just to get this done. So this lady calls me, of course, like the next day instantly. You know, I now have an enrollment advisor, because just because you put your information into this thing, you all of a sudden have an enrollment advisor who's like at your disposal for everything that you need. Oh, I need a piston. I might just steal this piston though. Oh, I don't even need a piston anymore. I forgot, because you guys were geniuses and showed me how to fix this whole thing. Oh, I need this detector rail though. I'll have to go steal the detector rail. But let's keep this in mind. It's got to go up onto the block, surrounded by 3. Comparator. Okay, I think I got this. That's not the way I want to go. It's from my drop-off station. And I started talking to her about all the things with the program. And of course, you know, I said, okay, said the main thing I was interested in is because I saw this, you know, advertisement, and this is exactly what it says. And she goes, oh, I don't know why it would say that. It's, yeah, we definitely have, you know, required practicum hours. And I was like, but your advertisement specifically said, like, you don't have practicum hours that are required. Like, that is the main and only reason I am looking at your college. And she was like, oh, no, we definitely require practicum hours. So I was instantly like, okay, whatever. Like, now I know that you're just throwing out some type of advertisement. Not you personally, like, not this lady, but this, you know, her company is throwing out an advertisement specifically to try to... Is that going to be enough room if I put... I don't think it will, actually. Probably should have built this back one more, but even though I didn't, I can probably... make this work just by going back. Oops, I don't know why I took that out. Going back one layer here. And of course, she just continued to talk to me. I was like, no, that's the only thing that, you know, that I wanted. That's all I'm looking for. And she's like, well, let me ask you a couple questions, you know, about your career and your college and all. She's like, have you taken a stats class? And I'm like, not my nursing program. No, I have not. Not in my master's of nursing program. I have in my master's of engineering program, but I wasn't gonna, you know, tell her this right away. And she's like, oh, okay, because that's something that might be able to get transferred in. And I was like, look, lady, you know, I told you that I'm really disappointed at the fact that it said that, you know, there was no required practicum hours, because that is the, you know, the only thing that I was interested in your program because it said there was no practicum. I said, I've already been accepted to other colleges for, you know, the same program, and the practicum is the thing that's concerning me the most about them all. But if you require practicum, then I'm not interested. And she's like, well, you know, let me tell you a little bit, you know, more about our program. And of course, she's doing a good job of trying to sell me up on this place. But I'll tell you, everything she had to tell me was worse than both the other colleges I've already been accepted to, because I was like, fine. How much does it cost per credit hour to go to your institution? And she's like, oh, per credit hour, it's $845. And I was like, you know, it's like the other places I'm looking at are $610 per credit hour. I was like, that's extremely steep. And she's like, are you sure? Like, this is you know, we are, you know, pretty good about making sure our stuff is, you know, pretty, you know, market value. And I'm like, no, trust me. Like, the place that I'm looking at, you know, that I've, you know, already been accepted to has a, oh, this needs to be the hopper, and it needs to go. Actually, can I just drop this down one more and put it directly in line with the back of this thing? Man, I am so on the brink here. Because in theory, I guess I would need to do... I'm going to put an extra hopper, I think. Just because of the fact that, yeah, it's a waste of a hopper, but I need to keep some separation on this stuff, because otherwise I'm going to get really confused. So if this is my thing, I need to have a... Oh, I need to have a wall anyway there, so that's fine. So I'll put that there. Put my other rail, which I'll have to switch some of these out to powered rails, I know. Crap. There. So just like that. Then what do I need? I need my comparator sticking off this side. Is this far enough back? I might need to... Oh, please don't tell me I need to go one more back for the signal to be proper. No, it can be right there. Okay, so I'll just keep this as... Shoop. So this one right here is going to be the detector rail, which is going to run to a repeater that's right here. I didn't even bring the repeater with me. But is that right? Is that how the repeater runs? Does it run over here? I think it's here, because they both go into the same block, if I recall. I don't remember why they go into the same block. And then this thing will have... I know for a fact it'll have the redstone like this. No. This is incorrect. How can I not keep memory of something that's like... over here? Oh no, that is right. It's just a redstone torch, which I need to make. Let me grab a repeater from somewhere and this detector rail and see if we can get this baby finished. But yeah, so I mean, everything that this lady was telling me was it was more expensive. It was more credit hours as well, because it was like 49 credit hours. The other places I'm looking at are anywhere between 36 and 39 credit hours. And it costs more money. They lied in their advertisement, and it's this place I'd really never heard of before. And I was really disappointed, because I actually got myself really kind of excited. I was like, you know what? I was like, I might actually make the jump and go get my DMP. I figure if I'm gonna get a DMP, now is the time I need to like really get on the ball and get that DMP. Whereas, you know, this thing, I have to have some detector rails sitting around here. There's those. I have to have a detector rail sitting around here somewhere, don't I? There they are. I knew they would be here because I knew it makes more than just one. So there we go. This should grant me enough of this stuff. But yeah, I was really disappointed because I was really thinking about going back to school. And I honestly cannot justify the 1,000 hours of clinical time. Like, it was hard enough for me to get the 150 hours of clinical time. And a lot of that was because as a nurse, working 3 days a week, you can make it happen. So this goes like this. This goes here, and then I forgot already. You can make it happen because you can work your schedule, only working 3 days a week and have some time. But then I switched over and was doing the informatics thing. 1, 2, 3. What's on top of that? Nothing. It's just powering the block. Okay. This should actually finish it out then. Well, I mean, yeah, in theory, I guess it's done. Because I'll cut that out just so I can see it and visualize it just like the other one. But I think this will be it. And then it should siphon right into this hopper. But we can, I mean, we can check all this stuff out now. So it's got a rail in there. If I grabbed, well, let's, for one, we know we're going to have to do, I know I have plenty of levers somewhere else, but we'll make some use of some levers here. So I know I'm going to have to do a few of these things here probably without question. That should be fine. Get rid of this guy. Get these levers on my bar. But yeah, so I was really like excited to get to go back. And now I kind of feel, you know, shafted in a way, because it's like, I don't understand why you have to lie to try to get people intrigued in a program. That just, I mean, and she seems so surprised. Like, no, it should definitely, an advertisement should not say that. You know, look, I've been looking at this stuff for quite a long time. I'm looking at it because I know exactly what it is that I'm, you know, looking for. I'm not some random dude who doesn't know the difference between these programs, and therefore, you know, you could, you know, pull a fast one over on me by telling me that, you know. So let's, if I put into here, what is this one? Nothing. If I put into here, let's put, you know, 24 of these blocks. They should all head over to this guy. I'm going to go get ready to chase it down and see what happens. We should see it shoot across at some point. Here he goes. Still got that cool animation thing going. Gotta make sure I put these. Okay, he's gonna make it all the way over here, which is good. So he's sitting. He should be getting rid. It's empty now. It, however, never relit this up. What if I put this coal in there? This hopper never changed states. Why did this hopper not change states? Oh, I don't even need that detector rail anymore, do I? I don't think I do. The hopper state should be off when it's empty. Oh, the hopper didn't change states now, of course, because... Oh, because it's not going anywhere. Genius. Crap. I need to make one more hopper to test this thing out. That was oversight on my part, because it's based on the fact that that hopper, you know, gets emptied. It knows that it got rid of all of that, the material that was in there. But yeah, so it looks like it's possible that my aspirations of getting a DNP are probably, I don't know why I just made a bunch of chests, but whatever. Probably few and far between. I just don't really have that, you know, ability and time. One of these days, maybe. I mean, it's really hard to justify because it's kind of like that there's no reason for it is almost the problem. Like there is and there isn't. It's really difficult to describe how there is and there is. So now we should dump everything into this hopper, which are going to go back and forth forever. Let me do that. And this hopper is somewhere. Has completely screwed up the whole thing. Let's get rid of that. He's gone. He's gone. I don't know where the rest of the items went to. I don't know where the hopper itself went to. Hello, hopper. I didn't get the hopper. The hopper couldn't have gone. Wow. Where did the hopper go, though? It couldn't have gone down the line. Is it in this one? No? I don't... Is it in that one still? I don't quite understand how the hopper itself disappeared. Which is going to cause major problems. Because what I need to do is I need to get all of those hoppers. I only got one of those hoppers. Of all of these hoppers, I got one of. This one's here. So there's those, because what they need to do is they need to go this direction now. This is definitely a case of the missing hopper, which is kind of annoying. But just to start... Yeah, I'm missing like 5 hoppers now. Why were these things lined up? Oh, because this is the other hopper chain. Okay, so that should have nothing to do with anything. I know it's like all this ridiculous experimentation. Whatever. Let's just go waste some more iron and get some of these. Get this hopper chain finished. I have 2 more hoppers that I can make right now. I need more than that, though. I am pretty full up here. I don't need all of this stuff as of now. So let's put it there for safekeeping. I'm not going to end this episode marking the 100 until I get at least this portion of this thing working. So I hope you guys enjoy that. You're stuck here for a little bit with me. I mean, you easily have the option to, you know, move away to a different video, of course. But I'm going to pretend that that option does not exist. And therefore, this is how we do things. Okay, so... Was this enough hoppers? Oh, please tell me it was enough. Boom, baby. Okay. Granted, it's going to get stuck here, which is fine, because I can go fix that later. Why is this full of something? Get rid of that. There we go. So now I want to test this once more. And in theory, what should happen is this... Oh, you know what? Did it go all the way down into this bottom hopper? No? No, because it would definitely go straight over to the dispenser if that was the case. So yeah, it's going to fill up that first dispenser when I do this. Let me get something that I know is not there. Well, I can do anything from here. Like, let's just put in this hopper right here. Are these actually placeholder blocks? Or they are. So if I put in this hopper, if I just put in like 27 of these, 13 rotten flesh. I'm assuming it made it back over in its resting spot. Yeah, it made it over there. And I'm going to follow this guy again. Hi, Zombert. Get away from me. Here he comes. Okay, so I'm a little bit behind. I made it all the way over here. It stopped. It should. That thing's going to start giving an increased signal right over there. Boom. Emptied. Followed it back. Make sure it's making it all the way. It definitely is making it all the way. Made it over there to its resting place. It should be empty. Let's, it should never send an empty cart all the way to that side. So that shouldn't be an issue. Let me go over there and see if those items, it was 27 cobble and 13 monster flesh, should be sitting in that dispenser. And then we know that I have this thing set up in the proper way that it needs to be set up to get this thing finished and taken care of. 17 cobble. Okay, it still got the bag. So if I boom, 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 27 cobble, 15. I probably just got 2 from that zombie. Perfect. Okay, so I got to switch around all these hoppers to go the other direction. I should be only 1 hopper shy of having that done, as long as hoppers don't get lost. And basically it's going to, you know, come looping this way now. And once it loops this way, I can set up like a chest or 2 here at the end, or even against this wall, that it's going to be the chest of overflow if anything makes it all the way over there. And then we can actually kind of like start sealing up this wall, get these things placed with the right items, and we'll have a working item sorter finally. And this guy's going to break down my door, and I'm going to be very, very mad. All right, guys. It's been a good 100 episodes. I will keep it going for as long as I can with the dailies, but that's probably going to be coming to an end in a very, very, very near future. Guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys next time.